Have you seen the Harmful Language Initiative by Stanford? I was wondering how long it would take someone to bring that up. That's kind of old now. It's been like 2 weeks, but yeah, I saw that. I didn't know it was real at first, but I did see it. They want to make American like a terrible term. It's pretty dumb. It's misguided, to say the least. They're kind of backpedaling on it, as you can see here in the bold. But yeah, it's pretty rough. The elimination of harmful language. I don't know who would read that and get excited. That is terrifying. What were they saying about American? I don't remember like the exact verbiage, but it was basically to the effect of, when you hear the word American, you're immediately taken to the most awful parts about being an American. Usually it's, synonymous with being a terrible person for this and that. American is an awful thing to even say. Where's the Prime Derek? I already talked about that a little, Deepwater. Ultimately, she's not making meaningful changes, helpful ones. And yeah, I do watch Bunny. There's Resub, Ranos, and Sour. The reason about American is because it's more than one America, North and South. Was that the argument they made? Because it's been a while. Like, this isn't new. I really thought I remembered it being about, like, when you hear American, you're immediately taken to the worst parts about being an American. But it's been months now, so maybe I'm crossing wires. Because in that case, why would they then make an update to the policy saying we've heard concerns about the guide's treatment of the term American? Why would they backpedal on it? Are you sure? I mean, I don't know why I'm even questioning you. You probably read it more recently than I did. No, I know that they have the preferred term right here of just U.S. citizen. But I thought for sure, and again, it has been a while, that it was mainly stemming from the fact that American has very negative connotations around it, at least in their arguments. But again, it's been a while. I fully concede that could be misremembering. Do you think Karen is derogatory? I don't. No, I don't subscribe to the Karen being a slur thing. Was that in their list of harmful words? I don't remember. Is that why you bring it up? I'll have to reread this. For instance, yes, American from the imprecise language section is now problematic. Okay, but here, you're right. It seems to have been focused on the fact that not everyone is in, like, the America for it. I don't remember this one. A child prostitute is now a child who has been trafficked. So that prostitution does not become the child's identity. And the fun and meme Karen is out, used to ridicule or demean certain group of people based on their behavior, and should now be the mouthful demanding or entitled white woman. Wait, why is this from Fox? I thought this was like the official release. A silly non-issue. Yeah, it seems like a very silly non-issue. I don't think we need to be policing the word Karen. And that child prostitute thing is that's a weird one. I don't think many people, when referring to a child that's been sex trafficked, associates them as like a prostitute as part of their fucking identity. That is such a weird stretch. It's for the victim, not you. But even from the perspective of a victim, though, no one associates them with being a prostitute. That was just the term for child prostitution, kids that were sold into prostitution. A child who was sex trafficked, you're saying the same thing in more words. You're still referring to them in the same manner. So wouldn't the argument still be that you're making the sex trafficking part of their identity? It's not computing with me. It's the idea you're still calling them a prostitute. I just feel like that's such a stretch, because no one's referring to the actual kid as being a prostitute. It's just child prostitution. was just the term for it. And even still, you're referring to them as a sex trafficked kid. You're just saying the same thing in the same way with more words. It's a bit steep, but yeah, this was an older one. I don't remember if we ever talked about it on the podcast or not, but yeah, I read that a while ago. It's a bit funny. Nerissa Vados. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Well, I hope things look up, and I'm wishing you the best. Stay strong out there. There's Nerissa Bopako. Have you seen the Ubaville interview with Nikocado Avocado? Yeah, and he has a whole podcast with him now. I haven't watched the podcast yet, though. But yeah, I know. They're doing big things together out there.